Systems by substitution. After watching this video, I will be able to solve a system using the method of substitution when one variable is isolated. First, we need to remember what type of solutions a system of equations should have. When two lines are parallel, there is no solution. And when the two lines end up being the same line, there's infinite solutions. But when two systems intersect at a specific point, that point is the solution. So our answer should always be an XY ordered pair to represent that point of intersection. So before, when we had a system, we were able to graph the two lines and identify that point of intersection to find the solution. However, graphing the system isn't always the best way to go about solving the problem because we might not have graph paper at our disposal, or we might graph the lines and it might actually be really large numbers and it will take a lot of time. So we can actually solve a system by using another method called substitution. So what is substitution? Substitution is basically to take something and replace it with something else, to substitute. So when I have my equation, I have y equals -1, and then I have 3x minus 2y equals 8. Well, I already have a variable that is isolated, meaning y is equal to something. So I can go ahead and go into my second equation and I can replace the letter y with the value it equals. Or I could substitute. So I keep everything, -3x minus 2, and in parentheses, I will replace what that equals to. Keep everything else the same, and then I will solve for my variable that I have left. Remember your order of operations. So I have -2 times a -1. So that's going to give me a +2. Subtract 2 from both sides. Leaves me with a -3x equal to a +6. Divide by 3. Well, -3. X will equal -2. And once you have x equals to a number and y equals to a number, we can write our solution as an ordered pair. X is -2, y was -1, and this would be the answer. Now you try. Find the solution to the system of equations using substitution. Again, we're going to use the method of substitution, and sometimes our numbers are not always equal to an integer. It could be an expression, but we would still follow the same idea. So step 1 is isolate your variable. So that is done for us. Step 2 is take your second equation and everywhere you see the letter y, replace it with the value it equals. Now we would use our order of operations to simplify. So -4 times a +2 is going to give me -8. And then x comes along for the ride. Bring down everything we haven't used. I will combine like terms. Divide by -10. X will equal 0. Once you have x equal to a number, your last step is to find the value of y. In our original, we said that y was equal to 2x. So once you know the value of x, you can replace x with a number, which we do know. I would replace the letter x with the value 2 times 0 is 0. And then I'm going to write my answer as an ordered pair. This last example has a little more work because now I have a full-on equation in slope-intercept form. So once you know which of your equations has an isolated variable, you would take that value of whatever y equals, and everywhere you see y, replace it with that expression into your second equation. So negative 2x plus 4, but now instead of writing the letter y, I will write everything it equals, which is 4x minus 8. And then I go back and keep everything I had before. Then I am going to distribute because I need to do my orders of operation. And now remember that we have to take into consideration 4 times 4x and 4 times negative 8. So I'm going to bring down everything I haven't used. 4 times 4 is 16. Bring along the x. 4 times negative 8 is negative 32. Then you want to combine like terms. Then you want to solve for your variable. Once you know the value of x, you need to find the y ordered pair. So we will go back to that original isolated variable and say y equals, well, it's 4x minus 8, but I know that the value of x is now 2. So I replace or substitute the letter x with the number 2. Keep everything else. 4 times 2 is 8. Minus 8 is 0. So y equals 0. And then my answer is going to be an ordered pair, 2, 0. Now you try. Find the solution to the system of equations using substitution.